Who do you think I am? Think I sit around, talk truths? I talk about what could be greatness. TJ Watt, how you doing? With all further ado, by the way, I love both those guys. And I love this guy the most. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from Birds 365, Big J, Zander Krause.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
Hey, the TJ, I'm going like, man, this is called
this is the get off my lawn curmudgeon. I thought Johnny Mac was a curmudgeon. You and Angelo put Johnny Mac's curmudgeonness to shame today. You know, if I listened to you two and I just dropped here from Mars, I'd have thought Philadelphia was in despair for the last 40 years of sports. I mean, you guys are crying about a coach we fired 15 years ago. No. Holy shit, Sills.
No, I'm talking about a coach that doesn't matter. That's in the building. You could get another guy in there, stick another stiff in there. I mean, if you asked anybody, who would you rather have, Jeff Stoutland or Nick Serriani? You know what people would say? Give me Stoutland. If you went like this, if the success of the team is laid at the feet of Vic Fangio or Nick Sirianni, who are you taking? 99.9%, and the only other ones would be students like M. Reyes or
what
Quiz.
Type of broken Sileo evaluation is that?
I would take Vic in a second over Nick Sirianni.
What type of broken Sileo eval is that? Okay, get rid of all the coaches and the defensive coordinator was the greatest guy in the world. Come on, Sills. It was a collection of people, of talent, of coaches and everything that came together. And Nick was the head of the snake, whether you like it or not.
Proven in 23 when you didn't have the proper coaches, they were the same dudes in the building.
Now it's Super Bowl every year or bust. The guy is a 700 win percentage, and you're only ones you care about are the 5 losses he had. Bullshit. Take in the full body of work.
Guys, I'm going to show you something here, and I'll put this to sleep for you and Zander to sleep for you right now. Let's see. Let me get one more here. Here we go, right here. There it is. Okay. Guys, I'm going to make a point to you. And this is Nick Sirianni in a nutshell. Boop-a-dee-dee-dee-dee. Hang on. Let me get down here to this. So I'm going to prove a point to you guys on something. There was a man by the name of George Seifert that had a 766 win percentage, higher than Nick Sirianni, and won 2 Super Bowls. And you know what? They fired him in San Francisco because he knew he wasn't relevant. When he goes to Carolina, he ends up being who he is. 8-8, 7-9, 1-15. George Seifert had a 766 win percentage.
So you're projecting. You're projecting on Sirianni because some other stiff in the past who went to another place and failed. You're projecting that on Sirianni.
Because that 49er organization had Carmen Policy, Ed DeBartolo, and a great front office like you do now, and the coach was irrelevant.
You're going to sound like Angelo in a couple of years like he sounds on Andy Reid. Andy Reid's one of the greatest coaches to ever grace the NFL. And Angelo talks about him like he's a pile of shit. And that's how you're starting to sound on Sirianni. Just keep winning, Nick. Keep winning, Nick. You'll be the highest paid coach. You won't go anywhere. You'll have job security. You'll have a great roster. You have a great quarterback. You got everything you need in Philly, Nick. Don't listen to Sileo and Cataldi.
I am finally putting my foot down. Sirianni's a bum.
No, he's not.
Okay? He is George Seifert 2.0.
A bum, with the only guy who compares to him right now is Vince fucking Lombardi. And I shouldn't curse because it's Holy Week. But good night.
And George Seifert. George Seifert has a higher win percentage than him, and they blew him out. How you doing? All right. So here.
Nick Sirianni is an excellent coach, and more importantly, he's the right coach for Philadelphia.
No, that's
not always about the best coach. It's about the right coach.
Yep, I know. All right, here we go.
Keep glazing Tomlin for 500 and a playoff loss.
Because Tomlin actually has a job
Okay.
He picks his coaches and his players. The
Nick
other guy
Sirianni
goes,
doesn't have a job.
The other guy goes, hey, Howie, who do you want to hire? Who do you like in the draft?
I didn't
What
know
should
you were
I
such
do?
a mediocre lover. You know, I've always took you as like the guy that wants championships, you know? But
Well,
when
he
it comes to Tomlin, you got blinders on. It's
What do
like,
you mean he's got what?
the guy's a middle of the road coach right now for the last 10 years. He's a great coach overall,
No, you're
but
right.
he hasn't won in a long
No,
time.
you're right. Nick's better than Tomlin. I'll
I didn't
see you
say
in
that.
Canton.
I didn't say that. I said Tomlin has been mediocre average for the last decade.
That guy took a playoff team with
Facts.
Mason Rudolph.
I don't give a
as his
shit.
quarterback.
Nick Sirianni looked like a stud last year with
Sirianni.
Tanner McManning.
Hey,
You telling me Tanner McManning wouldn't lead us to the playoffs, Sills?
okay. Hey, by the way, that stupid shit, this is where it is stupid. You're not getting a third rounder for Tanner McKee.
No,
Come
nobody
on.
thinks that.
You think you get a fifth rounder for him?
Maybe a fifth.
Right?
Maybe. I mean, it depends who comes calling. But
Yeah.
I don't know. He was a 6th-round pick who's played in like 3/4 of NFL football.
Oh, he's totally overachieved.
Yeah, but do we really think he's worth a 5th rounder? I mean, I think he's probably worth what you picked him at the 6th, maybe.
He did show prom. I mean, I don't know. Like you said, I mean, one game, though, you can't crow anything over that one here. All right. So let me ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
In 2025, this is what I hear in the offseason from you, John, IP, Fanatic, everyone. We couldn't afford, and let me finish, we couldn't afford to pay everyone because we got guys in the future that we have to concern ourselves with. Okay, true. Why'd you get off of CJ? Well, like I said, we got guys in the future. You know, we got to pay Jalen Carter. Okay, we have to pay Jalen Carter. Okay, that's 26, right? All right. What about now? And as John McMullen so coins it, the Temu signings. I mean, so now my question to you is, do the Eagles in the front office care more about the future, because that's all they're talking about, than the present? On the 2000, I don't hear anything about now. I hear everything about, well, got to find money. What if Nolan Smith and Jalen Saunton and Q and DeJean or Cooper DeJean and all these other guys have these great years? We got to worry about paying all these guys. What about now? You're signing all these guys. Okay, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I woke up on this Monday morning and the whole team that was here is not anymore. But last I checked, best O-line in football is coming back. I checked, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith are coming back. I checked, Jalen Hurts is coming back. Saquon Barkley just signed an extension.
He'll get to the defense here in a minute.
Jalen Carter's there. Last I checked, Zach Bond, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I mean, that's a lot of guys
you
returning.
Lost half your starting defense.
Huh?
You lost half the starting defense.
Dude, you lost the bottom 4 dudes on the starting defense. Stop with that bullshit. And you have wait. So let me ask
PFF,
unless they returned all 22 starters, was this going to be what you said?
Milton Williams was the second-rated inside interior defensive lineman in pressure of anybody in the entire league.
I wonder why that was.
And you lost half your starters on defense.
Wait, let me ask you this. Did the Philadelphia Eagles defense benefit more from Milton Williams, or did Milton Williams benefit more from the Philadelphia Eagles defense?
I think you benefit more from players. Players make a
scheme. So you think Milton?
No, I'll take what Vic says. Players make schemes. Schemes
don't
make players.
I didn't say that. You're bending my words, Sileo. I'm saying the players next to Milton helped Milton elevate his game without a shadow of a doubt.
So Milton didn't help Nolan playing behind him.
He probably did. Wait a second. Milton got to play next to a second-team All-Pro.
No, he
and
didn't.
In front of
next to a Steph.
And in front of in a 4-man front, he played next to Jalen Carter. And
he was on the other side of.
he
On the other
played
side
in
of the
front of first-team All-Pro Zach Bond. But if Sileo told you he was the most important of the three because he left the Eagles, it's bullshit.
He
not
was the
buying it
most
for a second.
important player with the versatility of what he brought to that D line because he could play anywhere on that line. That is a Vic Fangio MO. That is what he loves.
So yeah, well, all right, Sills. You build your D around Milton Williams and Joshua Sweat.
No,
I'll build my defense around Jalen Carter and Zach Bond. See you, Sills.
It's not one player. It's the five you lost. It's a group.
No, I'm not saying they're not. Yeah, they matter, but you said they act like they have the future or the now doesn't matter. They got a lot of guys coming back.
Ringo's the future.
And by the way, you overrate Gardner Johnson, like a nice player and all. The guy was a middle of the pack safety at best.
All I'm going by is every year he's been in Philly, he's been in the Super Bowl.
Howie gave him up for Kenyon Green.
Yeah, all I know is it's funny. 12 turnovers. Second in the league, first in the league in turnovers, and he was in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. I don't know. There's something weird about that.
Wait, so now the Super Bowl is a C.J. Gardner Johnson accomplishment? You won't even let me give Jalen Hurts credit for it, but you want to give it to C.J. Gardner Johnson, everybody. That's the reason we went to the Super Bowl. Oh, Sills.
Oh, you think
they believe your lies?
Do you think they care more about the 2026 season or the 25 year?
They care about all of them. If you're Nick Sirianni, the answer is 25. If you're Howie and Jeff, you have to. Because if you don't prepare for the future, then what are you really doing?
Okay, wait. No. Correct. What outside of the Bond move have they done that makes you think that they have improved the 25 team?
Drafted incredibly well the last 4 years.
Incredibly well?
Incredibly well. Yes.
Okay.
Incredibly well.
Incredibly well. How long did it take Nolan Smith to show up? 2 years?
A year and a half at best. He just had wait a second. He had 5 sacks in the playoffs in the end of his second year. It didn't take him 2 years to arrive. It took him 12 games.
All right, folks. It took him a year and a half. All right.
And he didn't play. And he didn't play at the beginning of the year.
It took him a year and a half.
And he barely played last year.
They would never have signed Bryce Huff if they thought the guy was worth the shit. How about this? How long did it take Milton to develop? 3 years? Okay. Hey, how long did it take Dean? 2 years? Okay. Hey, let me say this to you. So
now
wait a minute. You think you're going to slug a guy in at 32? Voila. It's like ripping a hook around Eamon's corner. You think you're going to be able to? By the way,
what about Quinyon Cooper and Jalix?
Great. We'll see if they don't have a Sauce Gardner second year.
All right. I agree with that. They still got to play big this year, and it's obviously hard to get a guy that contributes that much. But, I mean, they've drafted exceptionally well. So, yes, this offseason looks different. There's no big-name acquisition yet. All right? We'll see if there is one, but I don't think there will be. But we'll see if they do something.
Look, I heard you this morning, and I think the Watt thing's stupid too.
No, you're right, though, about Jeff and John. They're like curmudgeons. They don't even let people talk about it. It's like, dude, they're fans. Wait a second. This is what I don't think Jeff or John understand because they're so entrenched in their job. Like, this is our job.
That's right.
People come here outside of their job as their hobby, as their release, as their entertainment, whatever it is. Like, of course they're going to entertain or think about TJ Watt coming to their team. But John and Jeff are like, no, you can't even think about it or else you're a dumbass. I'm like, okay, guys. I mean, sometimes those two get rolling and I just sit back and let them go.
I know. I watch you.
And start producing because I'm like, all right, these two.
I know. And you do a great job there. But do you think look, Howie, like man, he turns over every stone, dog. If there's something out there, he's going to call them and go, what are you guys looking at? Because he'll want to know what the market value of that position is because he may have to pay that Nolan Smith kid one day. Look, is TJ Watt going to get in the open market. I don't know how old he is. Is he in his early 30s?
I think he's 30.
30. Holy
No,
shit.
he might be younger than that. He's 30, bro. He turns 31 in October.
Is he younger than Myles Garrett?
I think he's older than Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was 29, turning 30, remember?
Okay, so they just gave that guy 40.
Oh, yeah.
Eagles ain't paying that guy 35.
I'm sorry. I like TJ Watt a lot. All right. I really do. But I'm not saying he's not a great player and he's not worth $40 million. But is he worth $40 million for this team? That's my question.
Well, wait, ask yourself, how far away do you think you are from winning another Super Bowl? And if you think you're one player away, Zander, when you're 15 players away like Dallas, that doesn't make any sense, or New York, the Giants. But if you think you're one player away, I mean, don't you think that that's worth the gamble that you're one player away?
It depends because, just like you just said, are we giving up 25 for 26, which I don't think is true, but you're fair to wonder that. It's fair for you to wonder that. What are you going to give up 27, 28, and 29 because you want to capitalize on 25? I mean, the better move is to play the longer game because, let's be real, winning a Super Bowl is a hard task. So if you create a better team over a longer period of time, you increase your odds tenfold to go back there for the stars to align one year and for you to win the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen every year, but you do have to maintain a good roster. And not that they would have to blow it up to get TJ Watt, but like you just said, you're probably not paying Nolan. You're definitely not paying Jordan Davis. So you're probably just looking at, you'll probably even move off a Bond after 2 years, with that type of move. So I don't really love.
You think it's too much of a move off the plan to go after a guy like that?
Yeah, and I just think the way they built this steady ship, man, has worked so well right now. They're firing on all cylinders. I mean, the whole team, a lot of this team is built in the draft, is built by acquiring good young players on this team. Keep it up. If you do that, you're going to have the best chance at success and to contend year in and year out. You're not going to win the Super Bowl every year, but can you be a top 5 team every year? That's rarefied air. Not many can do that. And I think the Eagles are in a position to do it. They just got to keep making a couple of good decisions. Every offseason, you're going to have some misses. I mean, look at Bryce Huff, but you were able to prevail without it. That money gets off the books next year. So you're going to get that freedom and that wiggle room back. I think the team's in a good spot. Got to hit on this draft pick. That's why I floated trading up. I know people don't think it's because it's not a great draft, but
how high?
I just think whatever it takes to go and get you a guy that you feel
do what Eric said and go up to 15?
I don't think they're going to do that because that's going to require another first-round pick.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that. I'm talking Sills. What do I get if I give 32, a 3, and 2 5s? Something like that. All right. Can I get up to 28, 27 and get James Pierce or get Ezeraku or get Walter Nolan? Like, it depends what the Eagles' board is. But I want a guy that they feel confident about because every time they felt confident about a player the last couple of years, it's been pretty good for the most part. Devontae Smith, they traded up to grab him. They jumped the New York Giants to get him at 10. They traded from 10 to 9 to pick up Jalen Carter. All right. Those two players obviously both worked out. They sat good, felt good about Quinyon Mitchell. They traded up to draft Cooper DeJean. They traded up to draft Cam Jurgens. Like, all of these players, they're working out. So if the Birds are confident in somebody, go get them. Go get them.
Do you agree? These 4 players, and then it kind of looks like no faces, and they look the same. It's Cam Ward, it's Travis Hunter, it's Abdul Carter, and I'll tell you this: even that Tyler Warren kid, I'll put them 4 dudes in there, and I'll go like this: those 4 guys, if they were ever within reach, now Cam's not, Hunter's not, and Carter's not, but I'll tell you what, man, if that kid's sitting at 15 or 16, could Howie jump up there and grab? I don't think he's Brock Bowers. He's an awful good player, man, that Tyler Warren kid.
I think, I don't think he's anywhere close at 16, bro. I think he's a top 10 pick this year. I don't see that much. Look, I know people don't value tight end like that, and that would be the one reason he wouldn't go.
But if you look at tight ends are important in today's
world. But also, if you look at Sills' like raw talent in this draft, you could make a case for him at top 5. You could. Yes. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying you could make a case if you went off talent alone, not positional value, not any of those things. Tyler Warren's top five.
Based on talent, he's in that
So
conversation.
I think he's going to go early. I think anywhere from 8 to 12, 8 to 15 is his range. I think he's above the Eagles' pay grade. Maybe a Colston Loveland. I heard a weird take today from somebody. Who the heck was it? I got to think of who it was. He mentioned Mason Taylor to us, but he didn't mention it in the second or third round. He thought at 32. And I'm like, what? Now Mason Taylor's a first-round pick? Like, I didn't see that at all. So, I don't know. A lot of misinformation and bullshit coming out before the draft.
He had a great pro day. And
I saw that, but
well, I talked to Joy about him. That's Joy's cousin.
Yeah, cousin, right.
Okay. And Joy told me he had a really great, and he's had some meetings and he's gone to a lot of places and he's had like a ton of visits. So he's gone around and they're talking about drafting him in the first round or the top of the second.
I don't like first round for him.
By the way, all supers, and please hit the like button here. All right, hey, dude, I'm not saying anything. I'm just throwing this name out. I'm starting to warm up to Abe's Trayvon Walker. 6'5", 272. You got 2 years with him. 11-8 this year. Then you have an option, 50-year option with him. You could keep him at that 11 and then 16. And your D-line would be, now I don't know what you'd have to give up for him. Okay? 6'5", 272. And I talked to some folks down there. You could put him in a 34, 43, 5 front. He plays across the board. He's had a really good start to his career. He's got 28 sacks, and he's only 24 years old. I mean, is there anybody better than him in this draft at edge? I mean, when I look at Abdul Carter, is he better than Trayvon Walker? I don't know, because this guy's huge too. Abdul Carter's not 6'5", 272. No, I mean, when I look at him, I go, dude, I make a trade at 32, give him my first round pick. Trayvon Walker, I get him in return, and I get 2 years, and I get the fourth year. I get his this year, then I get a 50-year option.
Right. And Howie, Howie will make that contract perfect.
Right. And then get this, you signed a Devontae Smith type deal where
I'm doing this
friendly.
I'm doing this deal. I would do this deal. See, this is what I'm talking about, where you get an impact player. Send 32. Who cares? By the way, the Jags pick at 5 overall. They could take Jalen Walker from Georgia and probably get an upgrade. I really like Jalen Walker, dude. I think he's going to be better than Trayvon. I mean, maybe not, but I do think Jalen Walker's a tremendous football player.
Trayvon Walker's not been a bust.
No, he has not been. He's at 2 straight double-digit sacks. He had 10 plus sacks. I think he's in a row. I mean, he had a good rookie year as well. So he's not. I just don't think he fits there. I don't know what the deal is or why they would move off of him, but if they're considering it, that's something I would do. I mean, I value him over a James Pierce or even a Walter Nolan. And if you can get away with doing it with just that first pick and maybe some latter round picks, so you keep that second and third, that's what we really need. Then I would feel really good about doing that move.
All right. Let me throw this at you here. What Eagle do you believe will regret leaving the Philadelphia Eagles more? And I'm going to give you the big three. Mekhi Becton, Milton Williams, or Josh Sweat. Of those three players, because CJ was traded. That was their call to do that. Who do you think will regret leaving the organization more? Becton, Williams, or Sweat?
Regret leaving?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Becton.
Me too.
I'm going to say Becton because I don't think Becton is going to be able to recreate anywhere close to what he was able to do in Philly. On a human level, I hope he doesn't, because you heard him talk this year a little bit about how he was down in the dumps. And, football is a high-pressure sport. There's a lot of attention on you. There's fans chirping. There's people chirping constantly. In a way, if you live in that vacuum, it probably feels like it can close in on you at any point. I hope to God that doesn't happen to Mekhi Becton again because, he was in a shitty situation with the Jets. They didn't know how to get the most out of the player. They made him feel like shit about it. The fans made him feel like shit, and it just didn't work out. And as you can see, if a player doesn't succeed in a certain organization, that's not necessarily an indication that that player isn't able to compete or be in the pros or succeed somewhere else. Now, not everybody gets the chance to succeed somewhere else.
That's right.
That's the key. But Mekhi did, and now he, went back to LA. Not back to LA, but now he's on his third team in 3 years, and we'll see. I hope it works out for him. I really like Mekhi Becton. I thought it seemed like a great dude to me, and I hope that he has great success. But I think he's the one that's going to miss Philly the most.
I'll tell you this, man. I mean, that you mentioned it, and Zander.
I mean, wait, just to finish it off, though. I mean, if you're Milton, you might be like, "Man, I miss Jalen Carter." But that 27 large feels
Oh no. That won't make me feel all right.
Yeah,
man.
right. Like, give me an ice pack. I'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Zander, that used to be a Death Star. If you bombed at a place, you were out.
Right.
And you were out of the league. Now, because of what you're seeing, people go places and they get that. Sometimes it's organizationally. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. Is he not a great example of that?
Yeah, but you're a great example of it. Imagine if you had a coach who said, "I'm going to play you like let's use a modern example."
If I came to Philly,
Milton Williams or Javon Hargrave, just go get the quarterback skills. Right, just go get the quarterback skills. You would have been a freaking monster.
That's right.
But, not everybody was afforded that opportunity. Not everybody's afforded it now, by the way. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with them, man.
All right, here's my Big Sills Power 5. This is players that I think you could take down here. By the way, I saw that Malachi Starks came in for a visit, which is not shocking. My 5 guys.
He's the best safety in the draft, though, not Nick Emenwari. Okay.
No, he's not.
It's not Nick Emenwari. It's Malachi Starks.
No, he'll be the best. Emenwari will be the most available safety for you at 32, but Malachi will be, in my opinion. Here's my 5. I got Pierce. I'm sold on him. I'm totally sold on him.
I like him. Very productive, Sills.
What?
Very productive in college.
And explosive.
Now, here's the thing with him. I think there could be some startup costs with him. He's pretty small. He's relies a lot on his athleticism on the tape, if you look at that. And that's not a bad thing, but when you're in college, you can get away with that. You're not going to get away with that going against NFL tackles. You're even bad NFL tackles. So I really like Pierce. I think he maybe has one of the highest upsides of the edge rushers, but I do wonder if that initial startup cost could spook the Eagles just because of where they are as a franchise.
So I'm looking at the NFC East. Who are the left tackles in the East outside of the Eagles? The Giants have a really great left tackle. Washington just got Laramie Tunsil added to the group. Does Dallas have a left tackle? They need a premier pass rusher in Philly.
Tyler Guyton.
Guyton.
They drafted him last year in the first round.
Stinks.
Was he an Oklahoma guy?
Yeah, he's the OU kid.
I remember him in college.
He is a turnstile.
He was a turnstile. Did he have a bad rookie year? I didn't really follow him. We didn't follow the future Dallas Cowboys last year.
He was terrible. He was just, he's somebody who's trash can. Yeah, he was nuts. So to me, the Giants have a good left tackle. Washington upgraded their tackle. Nuts again. They got better. Whether you think of Tunsil or not.
Yeah, there's no doubt they got better. There's no doubt.
Okay. The 19 holding penalties is ridiculous. Okay. But, so I want a big time pass rusher out there, man. So I got James Pierce. I'm sold on him from Tennessee. Bro, I'm going to put Malachi Starks in here. I see too many great things. The kid sets people up. He knows how to do the wheel where he sets a guy up, goes to the point, setting quarterbacks up. He's got an IQ off the charts. Get this. I heard this, and I pointed this out to you last week. I heard that Kirby Smart saw a week of practice and said, that's my starting safety, when he was a freshman.
Yeah, I can see that.
They had Trayvon Walker. They had Jordan Davis. They had Jalen Carter. They had all those guys. And Kirby goes, that guy's starting for me 1 week in Athens. That tells me a lot on an organization that has spotted really good D guys. You know, the one thing I'm starting to learn about Georgia, they're not wrong on their assessment of the talent that they bring into Athens. These guys are not bombing, dude.
No, they're good. But here's the thing on Starks. While I do think he's the best safety in this draft, because I think people are a little too enamored with Emanwari's athletic abilities. Like I think you can bet on that, but I think Malachi is a much higher floor as a safety in the league. My question with Malachi is, what type of upside does he have in the long term? Yeah, maybe the long term doesn't matter, but you know, I don't think he's Kyle Hamilton. Remember when Kyle Hamilton was coming out?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's that. You know, so I know he was a great player and he's great in this draft. I just don't know what his upside is. I mean, he's also not the most athletic dude in the world. Again, his game tape is impressive. So I can't be the type of dude that's like, hey, he didn't perform well in the underwear Olympics, so I'm not going to take him. I think he's the best safety in the draft. But I do wonder how his game translates to the pros and then what type of upside he has later for a first-round draft pick. I'm out on him in the first round for the Eagles.
The other guys are Walter Nolan and Kenneth Grant. The kid from Michigan, I think, is better.
You think he's going to be down there?
I don't know. Here, do you not agree?
Well,
wait, let me show you this here, though. If you look at every mock draft, you got guys 5th pick, 15th pick. You got guys 9th pick, 28th pick. Nothing is consistent except for this, right? Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, and Abdul Carter. After that, isn't every other guy's mock draft subject to what the taste is and what you like? Because
here's the thing.
There's nobody after those three guys.
I could see.
I think the Tyler Warren kid would be higher if he wasn't playing tight end.
Yeah, I agree. I could see Walter falling a little bit. I do not see Kenneth Grant falling. Definitely not past 20. I don't see it. I mean, here's the thing. Also, if the Eagles are going to take Kenneth Grant,
would you move
probably got your answer on Jordan Davis.
Oh, you do? And do you think he moves up?
You're
moving up if you move up.
Falling 32. There's no way Kenneth Grant is available at 32 overall. Now, remember, he's 6'4", 330. You're not keeping him and Jordan Davis.
No.
You're not.
No.
Remember the segment me and you had, I don't know if it was last week or whatever it was, about, it depends what Vic wants. Does Vic want to be able to stop the run in a 4-man front? That'll be your answer on Jordan Davis. If he likes the 5-man front on first down, you have your answer. If he'd prefer to stop it with the 4-man, which, let's be real, most defensive coordinators would because you get an extra man in coverage, that's your answer. But maybe he's comfortable with it, the setup now. If you get Kenneth Grant, I don't think Jordan Davis is back.
No.
Kenneth Grant is not a great pass rusher, is he? He's good, but he's not like Walter Nolan. He's not like what's the other Michigan dude? Mason Graham.
Mason Graham's better prospect.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, definitely. Mason Graham might go top 5.
Yeah. He might go top 5.
Yeah, I could see Mason Graham top 5.
I just think these guys, I think they can all fall. And I got Josh Simmons, that offensive lineman from Ohio State down there, that the Eagles could possibly get him.
It's not bad. He's not my favorite, but that's not bad.
Here, look. James Pierce, Malachi Starks, Nolan, Grant, and Simmons. Probably, like you said, you're going to have to move up to get – you might have to move up to get both Nolan and Grant if you want those guys that bad. I think they're moving – bro, I'm telling you, that 32nd pick, man, my opinion, if I can get a first-round pick, what's more valuable to me? Getting a first-round pick next year and addressing DT and edge in the top of the second round this year, then I do the same thing. Yeah. Especially if the draft is as watered down as we think it is.
Right.
I mean, you improve your team and you got a first-rounder next year, and you got 2 next year. I mean, I don't know. I think the play is to move out. One last one here for you before we read the supers.
I don't think you're going to get that much, though, Sills. I really don't.
At 32, I think it depends on who's down there and who's desperate. I heard you guys say something. I took the topic from you guys.
Love it.
Bro, if you're telling me you're going to keep me at nickel corner, and I want to play fucking corner, and there's a $15 million difference.
More than that.
My agent's going to have a conversation with you because Philly ain't for me then. Because I'm not making $15 million sitting in the slot because you think it's best for the team. I'm calling my agent, Drew Ozenhouse, and going like this. You get me on the next bus out of Philly because if I don't play corner, you're paying these guys $30 million out there on the number.
Look around. Look, that question. I'm 100% with you on this. That question has answered itself. In fact, if they don't listen to Cooper or put him outside, I could see a dispute coming because we just saw two top nickel guys get paid $40 and $45 million deals, not per year, total deals. You saw a couple cornerbacks get paid. And by the way, good corners, but not the best corners in the league. And all of the deals were 100 million plus or 90 million or 80 million. There's no way they should keep Cooper DeJean in the slot. It's not if, it's when. I think one more year, they'll keep him in the slot. After that, he's going outside.
You bet, man. I mean,
that's too much money, Sills. That's too much money. You're going to cost the guy $50 million on his next contract?
No, I mean, I'd look at Vic and go, I love you to death, dude, but you're costing me $25 million sitting in that hole.
I'm awake. I would put him on the outside this year.
Me too.
I mean,
I think it's easier to replace him
against that earlier because I said I'd rather move him now. And now other people were saying, and I agree with this, that he's such a ball hawk. You want him at the slot. He's closer to the line of scrimmage. He's closer to the ball. He can make more plays. You know, you point to the Jamar Chase motion play on 4th down where he was so close to the line of scrimmage, went with him in motion and made the play. I get that, but if you're going to put him outside anyway, we just lost Darius Slay. You're going to put Keely Ringo?
What do you think is harder to find, corner or nickel?
Yeah, it's tough. I think maybe in today's day and age, it might be nickel. Might be.
Because he's more versatile, because he covers the tight ends and backs and plays center field.
Yeah. Now, I know it's unconventional to say that. It's very hard to find a starting cornerback. I mean, you're talking to Philadelphia. We haven't had a starting corner before Darius Slay. It was a long time after, Lido and those guys.
Choose your best guy in 20 years.
Exactly. So.
All right. Hit the like button here. Let's read
both ways. Yeah, I got to run. I got 18 minutes before
somebody super Zander.
Let's do it. Here we go. Riding the bench. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. He says, Nick has as many Super Bowls as John Harbaugh, Tomlin, McCarthy, Carroll, McVay, and Doug. He ain't a scheme guy, nor the best, but those players played for Serriani. Facts, right?
Or Seifert, Serriani.
Bullshit. Just keep winning, Nick. Again, Serriani or even Sileo will bow, okay? If you keep winning, Sileo, just like he had to do on Jalen Hurts, will bend the knee, and he will say, you've earned it. Just keep winning, Nick.
That's right.
Theo.
Hey, cheerleader, just keep winning. Go ahead, kid. He's the most expendable guy. He's the most expendable guy in the building.
Oh, bullshit. The head coach is the most expendable guy in the building. Find me another fucking sports team that's been true forever in any sport.
George
Seifert.
I just found you.
George Seifert, when was he?
He coached for the 49ers. He won 2 Super Bowls. They
When?
fired.
What year?
I think 98. Is that right? Something like that.
Sound like a Cowboy fan. Brian Pumper, fellas, we are not trading up. It's going to be trade back or offensive tackle at 32. Fanboys are going to be upset. I swear my fan base is full of masochists. No, it's not, Pumper. Shut your mouth.
I look at Zander getting out. Look at you.
Hey, what a dumb comment.
Hey, Pump, I love you, man. It's all good, Pump. I know.
If you're right on that, Pump, it'll be the first thing. Frame it up, put it in your room, get a nice picture frame, and stick it on the wall. You'll remember it a while.
Angelo will be coming on the Monday after the weekend draft.
Good. I can't wait to hear him tell you how it was the worst pick in the history of all picks, and then the guy becomes a Pro Bowler in year 1. Josh Salter.
Get this. You'll never hear me on a Monday ever say that that's a shitty pick. You know why? You don't
did
know.
It on Devontae.
No, I said that I did not believe that a schwimp could stay healthy. He was a shwimp.
You did. Jody Mack hated you from that point forward. When you came on and told him you didn't like Devontae Smith, he was so mad after the show.
Who?
Matt Shelton says, do you not think CJ Gardner-Johnson brought a swagger to the defense? Yes, he was a gambler and had some mental lapses, but he made momentum-changing plays and brought swag. Yeah, bro. Well, swag isn't everything, okay? And he was good, but he wasn't the maker of the defense.
Super Bowl.
I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
Super Bowl appearance.
Irreplaceable? No.
Super Bowl appearances.
You sound like Brian Pumper, Salter. Irreplaceable? Come on. Guy got burned. How many touchdowns did I watch him give up last year? 6? 7? He gave up more touchdowns than anybody else in the secondary.
You're right. He sucked.
Somebody get me the data. Who gave up the most touchdowns in the Eagles secondary last year?
I don't know. I think he slipped the ring on too.
I'm telling you right now, it was CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I know. He's replaceable by Tristan McCullum.
I didn't say Tristan McCullum was the replacement.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, real quick here. Tyler Steen, Sidney Brown, and if Nakobe can't stay healthy, aren't those 3 third-round picks that if they don't have a really great year this year and stay healthy, those guys would be bust, right? Go on.
One of our third-round picks just signed for $28 million. Got the highest deal in Patriots history.
Overpaid.
Way overpaid. And you wanted to keep him.
No. What I wanted to do was
Sileo was our GM.
That's right. Get rid of a 27-year-old DT for what?
This team would be absolutely screwed.
Thomas Booker. Thomas Booker III.
Sileo is one of the best talk show hosts on planet Earth ever. If he was our GM, our team would be fucked, everybody. Yeah. And I shouldn't curse, but I am.
We get them all?
We got them all. Oh, wait, did we? Let me double check. Yeah, we got them all. I got to run.
Please. I mean, hey, tomorrow.
Wait a second. Rob Thompson, Canadian? No, Pumper, don't tell me that.
Oh, my God. You got a manager. Didn't I tell you?
No, Pumper, you can't be right.
Hey, don't fire
Rob. He's a Canadian.
Oh, my God. Rob
Pumper,
Thompson.
You just ruined the Philly season for me.
Holy cow.
It all makes sense now.
You might as well tell Philly fans he's from Dallas.
Dude, it all makes sense. Brandon Howard, I'm sorry. LJ, I'm sorry. You Canadian. You just ruined the Philly season for me, Pump.
Holy cow. The only thing, like I told you, man.
Oh, it makes sense.
They'll fire Rob Thompson by the end of the year.
The guy just sits there and lets the games happen to him. He doesn't do anything to dictate the outcome. He just sits there and lets the games happen, and now I know why.
Awesome stuff, brother. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Thank you, Sills.
You got it. Don't forget to catch these guys. Great show they do, Birds 365. Each and every single Monday through Friday. Make sure you guys check them out. Super stuff. Don't forget our great friends at Morgan & Morgan. With over $26 billion recovered for clients across the country. Track record is second to none. You hear all these injury law firms around the country. They try to throw up their resume. They can't. It's unprecedented because it's a family-owned business. They run that business like John has his family. He looks at Morgan & Morgan like his family's, which means he will do and they will do what's in the best interest for you and your family. Told you about the family in Pennsylvania that got a $26 million recovery from an insurance company that wanted to only give them $650,000. Same in Florida. Wanted to give them $350K. They ended up getting nearly $15 million. Folks, I say this all the time to you. If you're ever injured, it'll be the easiest decision that you ever make. Please check out my friends at Morgan & Morgan. Go forthepeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Law 529. That is FOR, thepeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Law 529. And do me a favor, you tell them Big Sills sent you.
This is